What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy Game Like Will, man. Back with another video. I'm trying to make sure this don't look crazy, bro. Listen, bro. In this video, we just gonna be talking about texting. That's it, bro. Not calling yet. We just texting, bro. We gotta make sure we get texting down packed, all the little details, all the little things. And I appreciate y'all for subscribing. Please comment on this video just so we can get some clarity on texting, because I know this is the main line of this is everybody's kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? The guys just can't seem to text. They don't know what to say. They don't know where to bring the conversation. And it's so many ways and places to bring the conversation, right? I got women that I went out on dates with, linked up with, you know what I'm saying, after the date, you know what I'm saying? And still, like when I link up with them, I tell them like, hey, we get to talking and they get to telling me like, yeah, you ain't even text back all day or you ain't even do this. And I'm like, yeah, I know I don't, I suck at texting. And I make sure I tell my women that, um, which again, people will wonder, well, how the hell are you going to be a dating coach? You don't know how to text a woman. Well, I got my ways. Let's put it like that. I got my little ways. I got my little things I do. I got my little ways around a lot of things. And I would wish for y'all to uh, email me at gamelikewill@gmail so we can have one-on-one dialogue if you really, really want some like intricate help with text messages. But in this video, I'm just gonna give y'all the rundown on what I see as like a bird's eye view overlord type of thing that y'all have to get down if y'all really wanna just get more women, or A or B, just like text the women you already got and make sure you maintain the high level interest without going to medium or low. So what I found is you can't let a girl sit or she's gonna rot, right? The relationship we're gonna rot. If you chill with a female, it's really funny how it works because, like I said, you don't gotta keep texting back and forth. The objective or the number one thing y'all guys should be worried about is setting up dates and then setting up more dates. People say, oh, I don't want to go on 2 dates, 3 dates. I'm not saying that because I ain't doing that shit either. Ain't nothing wrong with a second date, in my opinion, but um, I typically tell the woman to come over on the second, after we go on the first date, I typically tell her to pull up, you know what I'm saying? Because at that point, I ain't no killer. I ain't no murderer. I'm just trying to vibe. You already, but that doesn't even mean that you feel me? But I'm showing y'all right there is you're gonna get two. You're only gonna get two answers. I don't know, blah blah blah, but or they're just not gonna text you back or pull up. The other answer is, okay, what time, da 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 da. That mean obviously the first date went cool, right? That's what I'm talking about. So, Will, what the fuck does that got to do with me texting these women? I got women in my phone right now. I don't know what to say. Well, I hate to say this. Like I said, email me. I'm gonna do more specific texting videos. But you should just be by the third text message. After you approach a woman, you go back to your place, you go back to her place. You may have go on Instagram and inbox her, or go on your phone and say, this is Will from the gas station. And then she's gonna text back, hi Will. And then you just second message is, basically what I do, I'm gonna tell y'all flat like this, bro. I just let them know what was going on in the environment when I ran into you. Like, so I'll say something like this for my second message. I'll be like, yeah, I was just out at, um, the store. I was out at the store trying to grab some grapes. Like, y'all know I'm a vegetarian, so I'll go with the move. I'll be like, yeah, I was at Whole Foods just trying to grab this kiwi or whatever. Fill in the blank of what y'all would be doing. But think about it. The last time you met a female, what was different reiterations of the story? Like, oh, just was at the grab, this or your thing. I was really doing right. Then I tell the female, or you. And then I like, yeah, I had to meet. I just, look, what I'm to just tell them, fuck, seeing you. Oh, I was just going to the street. I was back to my, saw you. I was just at the library, filling out this. I saw you, and then I had to make a decision. Do I, in doing this work, do I go talk to you? Do I talk to you? And I'd be like, question mark, right? So it's a beautiful first message, and I'm asking her, right? I'm involving her in it. Guess which one I chose between going to get these apples or talking to you or trying to get you or get you your number or text you or whatever. And typically they're gonna say one or the other. What, you went and got your apples? LOL. Or they'll say, nah, obviously you talked to me because, they remember the approach. They remember and they're smiling, they're putting a laughing emoji. So that's just the second message. But then, after that, you only got three. So you're on the third message now. And after whatever they respond, I just set up the date. Oh yeah, so look, I wanted to know if your character, was just as good as your beauty. So of course I forgot about them apples and I had to go talk to you. And then I'll say, remember this is all in one message, the third message, and I'll say, but the only way I can know if your character matches up with your looks is if we go out this Friday to Sonic for slushies um, around 4 p.m. And then I let them know what I want them to wear. So I want you to, I want you to wear something red because I know it's gonna look good off of your skin or it's gonna complement your skin or whatever. So remember, this is three messages. Now they're either gonna say yes or no. And then the bonus text is after that, once they say yes, because if they say no, then what the fuck we talking for? I just don't text it back. But if they say yeah, then I'll ask them for a photo. Why do I ask them for a photo, fellas? Well, I asked them for a photo at this point because everything's going smooth, everything's smooth sailing. Hopefully, y'all approach 4 or 5 more girls that day. So, you're sending this message or different messages because you met them at different locations. So the story will change in the messages. Um, and the ones that write you back in and submit to the date, you have a date. And the ones who don't, they don't. They may stay on your Instagram. You may remove them off your Instagram, whatever you choose to do. And then basically everybody who said yes, basically what you're gonna do on the fourth message is you're gonna say, um, cool, comma, send me a photo so I could tell you how sexy you look, or send me a photo for your. Sometimes I hit women with send me a photo for your profile picture. I mean, for your phone number picture, or you could switch that last part up however you may. You know what I'm saying? I think the first one sounds smoother, but switch, learn. Like one thing I'm giving y'all a game about, as y'all can see, I'm very like in on making sure all the women hear different shit. When I look back through my messages for the whole month and look at like messages and shit like that, I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, what did I say a little bit deviant from this message when I wrote this girl and this girl? So by the time you look after a month at all your text messages, if you look back, it should all look a little different. Like you met this girl at Subway, you met this girl at the corner store. So why would you say the same thing to those two girls? You same thing. You're making a story, but you're the little details in the story got to differentiate. Say one of your girls looked through your phone one day, you want her to actually see that you said that only to her, right? Only to her. But that's just a case and scenario. But by that fourth message, you asked for a photo. Why am I telling y'all to set up a photo that quick? That's kind of abnormal. Well, I wouldn't even typically do that. Well, that's the problem. You guys sit back and you wait for life to happen instead of taking action. And that's what this video really about. Text messaging is all about action, bro. Like it's a girl I chilled with 2 days ago, and I could just be trying to say the perfect shit. Now I said one thing, two things to her since I chilled with her, and all I'm gonna do, the last message I just sent her was like, "Yo, hopefully they not overworking you," because she said she's at work. I said, "Hopefully," I said, "I can't let them overwork you now." I said, "Comma," I said, "It sounds like you're gonna need a massage soon, or something like that, or something like that. Sound like I'm gonna have to give you a massage." And she said, "Tell me about it." Blase, blase, blah. So what I'm trying to show you guys is that, and this is gonna be our third time chilling. I never crushed. Like you feel me? I never did nothing with her. You feel me? But at the same time, like it's not about rushing. It's just about talking and communicating. And what I'm trying to say is, it's women like I don't even text. I don't be texting during my day. Like I wake up and I look at my phone and I think like, who am I gonna text back? How fast or whatever? And I just kind of ruminate on this shit, and then I think about what I want to say, and then I hit them back because like I think that real life situations is a cheat code compared to texting because texting just ain't fun. So it'll fuck around and take all the juice out of it for you because it's like it's just not fun. Like in real life, you could at least think on the spot and trust your intuition. But with texting, you got to do the same thing. But it's like that little, like you may be just fucking like taking a shit or laying down, and it's like I don't even feel sexy right now. How the fuck I'm going? You feel me? So you got to get in that mood. You got to reiterate your feelings too. Sometimes it just creativity will open up for you, and you're like, oh, all I had to say was just simple shit back. But you do need guidance. So listen, you asked for the photo. This is letting you know early what type of character she got without her even peeping. But I don't have women tell me no, or I don't look that good or whatever, if fear is or whatever, the mistrust or whatever. But lately, I've been getting a lot of photos just off general principle. Like one thing I learned about game that I love, you never change what you're doing because it's not working. You only change it when you're sure that that shit don't work. Cause your coach will tell you to do something, you'll do it, and it won't work all the time. And you'll feel like, damn, this shit might not be the best thing to do because it's not working all of the time. But that's ignorance in you because nothing works all of the time. And you'll start asking people, is this corny? Did I say this? How would you respond to this? And people around you gonna be like, I don't know, because it's not none of their fucking business. And what's funny is when it works, it starts working all of the time. Because it's not really what you're saying; it's the energy in you behind the fucking thing. A woman just could tell if you're confident in what the fuck you're doing or not. It's not really the script or the line or whatever. It's the confidence in the guy. So when that's one thing you'll learn the more you keep going forward on the journey. But you ask them for a photo because when you get the photo, you could compliment them. And I typically say something along the lines of, I'd be like, see, comma, you reminded me right now, even while I matched with you on Facebook right now. It was your sexy lips and your beautiful eyes. You know what I'm saying? Something along the lines of that. I compliment like two things on their face. And I'd be like, you reminded me why I even matched with you or whatever. Or you reminded me why I even why I even approached you in the first place. And what you realize is it's not that you're not smooth, it's just that some women respond to that shit and some women don't. Don't ever change up how you play the game. Like basketball, if you left-handed and you shoot like this, you know, take that with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't change nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be like Ellen Iverson. Like, carry the ball. If that's how you used to play in the park, play like that the whole way through. Women gonna try to judge you, tell you, I don't know that. I had people tell me like, "Oh, you think that's Riz?" Like, I had people tell me like, "Oh, that like I had just like a couple experiences that'll make another nigga just change his whole shit." And I just stood on it like, nah, it's what I said to you. Like, you feel me? I don't got females this way, so you're not about to run me off, tell me I ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't build if every time someone says something you change it. So you can't really build your game that way. So I rather just be organic and just stay on the on the grind. But again, that's message number four. After the date is set, you're asking for a photo. So if you're doing that, then technically you're leading still. And this is what I want y'all to pay attention to too. Like, in no point in that conversation am I ever allowing her to say, damn, like, I'm bored or I gotta wait or where's he at? So I'm setting the tone of not being a boring guy. So by the time we really go on a date, now I gotta just not be boring as fuck on the date. And then after the date closes, like, which that's a whole nother different video of the date. But once that shit is closed and you go do whatever you do for the rest of the day, don't text her, don't say nothing to her, just let her chill, whatever, whatever. Hit her up maybe the next day or something. And this is where a lot. That's why I made this video on behalf of the guys who might make it right here, and they don't know what to say. Like, it really ain't no telling what to and what not to say. Like, you should just be focused on setting up the next link up. But in the middle and between time, like, you should just be like, there's also apps too where you can get game on. Like, they got the Wizard app and they got an app called Riz. Like, you can screenshot her message and then put it in there and just see, like, see what they be saying. Because I'm gonna be honest, they be having some cold shit to say to women. So, but you should also know how to create your own ways to make her laugh, make her blush, smile, and all that good stuff. Like, make her think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have your own witty little flirtation, little push pull. You know what I'm saying? Push pull techniques. You know what I'm saying? Just say little like seductive shit, sexual shit. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know how to transition from regular talk to flirty talk, then over to the other deeper stuff I'll just name it. So you might have a regular conversation. She tell you she at work. You might not even say just, oh, let me massage you first, because that's a little sensual or some shit. You might go from there to the middle, which is more flirty, which push pull, you could be like, oh, mm, I don't know. Like, you might want to say something about the topic of her working, but then add a push pull in there, or her cooking. Like, oh, I wonder if you could cook. Like, I want to try your cooking, but you know, and she'll be like, yeah, I could cook. And you're like, well, every female says she could cook, right? So, like, you feel me? Like, that's like you, but don't just say it like that. You be like, oh, like, I love me a woman that could cook, but every woman say they could cook, right? That's more of a pull and a push. So you're challenging her, right? So now you're not, but on this, so you're moving it from casual talk to flirting, or you might misconceive something she said, misconception. She'd be like, "Oh, I don't like tall guys," and you like, "Wait, what? You say you love tall guys?" Oh, okay. Like, that's flirting. Like, that you flirting is in the middle, and then on this side you got more like the raunchy shit or the nasty shit, where now you talking about something sexual a little bit. Like, oh, I like the way your curves, da 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 da, curves in the kitchen. Like, you're saying more poetic shit, if that makes sense. You're saying more devious shit. Like, you're saying more sly shit, like that innuendo innuendos having sex. Like, it hints at having sex. Like, and that's how you do it. You never jump straight from regular talk all the way over to just sex and all this stuff. You kind of go from, you got to know how to crank it up. So it's like, you go from casual talk, you talk a little bit, small talk, and then you pick or cherry pick what sounds sexual, but you don't just take it from here to sexual, you take it from here to flirty. So you like, oh, you say you could cook. Whenever it comes to food, that always automatically has something to do with. It could easily be taken into sex, so you take that to flirting first. Like, oh yeah, I love a woman that could cook, or I love a working woman. Da da da. It could be that simple. It could be a little compliment, just a little push in the right direction. You feel me? And then whatever she say back, you know what I'm saying. You may say one more thing, or you may just take it over to, you know, um, just a little sexual, but you gotta also be vetting the woman, and this is why it's so important, because you gotta. This is of my belief, and this is what I found out for what I think about it. you guys, like peep this. The reason why y'all be so scared to bring it to sexual conversation because you're not even vetting the woman. So you don't trust that she's not gonna run off. So if you're not vetting a woman from the very get-go, which I'm gonna make a video on, it literally is like the support, like a back brace, like or like it braces you so if she don't like talking about anything sexual, she's still gonna fuck with you, but she's not gonna run off. Because if you're not vetting her, then you really don't take interest in what type of woman she is. And you have to understand every woman is different, but they all are sexual, but they're not gonna just go, like I said, from small talk to talking sexual. So in the midst of talking on that flirty talk, you gotta also be asking yourself, like, that's why I say ask for the photo. Because when they send you the photo, it's she's letting you know that I'm putty in your hands. Like you feel me? I'm flexible. Like I'm gonna let you have your way if you want it, but you just gotta keep pushing it. Like now you got other women who they're gonna bite back on it and they're letting you know that hey, you're gonna have to do a little bit more than that just to get something like that. And it's like, okay, cool, but I'm just gonna push you to the back because I'm dealing with the women that want to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's a form of vetting too, like just making sure you push the women to the back that ain't give you the same energy as the women that's giving you energy because they know that if you put them too high up on the list, they're gonna try to break you down because this is what they look. The women that's gonna challenge you, they just some of them just do it for sport, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. So as a man, you shouldn't even put up with that shit for real. So that's a form of a boundary, first of all, and second, just letting them know like that shit won't be tolerated. Like because if what a woman be thinking is if I get in here and I tell him no and he keep talking to me, one, he's a loser. Two, he probably don't get no bitches, and three, he just a sucker. But if she come around and she see how you conducting it, like she start talking crazy to you, you start either a talking crazy back or you don't let her get away with it. She know subconsciously like, okay, that's daddy vibes right there. That's domineering, disciplinary vibes right there. He's not. But the only way you do that, you gotta really be detached from the result. You gotta be like, I don't give a fuck if she don't fuck with me at all. Only way you gonna do that is if you're honestly looking at her character instead of her ass and you're saying like, damn, what type of woman really is she for real? Like, do she like to cook? Do she like to clean? You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say flirting and vetting is synonymous with one another because as you're flirting and saying, dang, every girl says she know how to cook, you're really setting her up to show you if she just talk the type of female to just be talking or she really going to bring you a plate. But most women ain't really trying to bring no nigga no plate. Not because they won't, but just because the guys are not intriguing enough. They're not intriguing and magnetic enough to make the female or charming enough to make the female say, I want to see, you know what I'm saying? I want to do some shit for this type of guy. And again, the vetting, some people say tell a female to bring you a bag of chips. Instead of just telling her to come over to hit it, tell her to get you a bag of chips. I do believe that could work, you know what I'm saying, at the beginning of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Hey baby, listen, will you before you get here, stop at the store and grab me some I'm trying to think of what I like. Grab me some barbecue sunflower seeds. Like I don't even like chips. So bring me some barbecue sunflower seeds and maybe like some shit like I mean if you smoke a cigarette, I don't smoke like that, but smoke a cigarette. I don't really smoke at all, but a cigarette, you feel me? Uh, but I'm just saying like see how that's like still cheap. It's cheap, but it's something, you know what I'm saying? If you just said fucking sunflower seeds, it's like what the fuck you want sunflower seeds for? A woman is smart enough to know when you just saying some dumb shit, like you feel me? So you want to make sure everything you put on your vetting thing makes fucking sense and it's cohesive. It's cohesive with the direction and the type of nigga you is. So like me, I like to host events and I like to do like friendship shit and like I said, like building social circle shit. So a female that could really wow me is one that would know what I like to do and then kind of try to help me or try to figure out like what is it he missing. And it could be little, it be little shit, bro. I be seeing shit though that women be doing for real, like And that's another thing. You gotta develop an eye for it because women be doing shit. Y'all just be missing it, and then it's like you're not gonna be able to train her to do it again because you missed it. So she did something. She helped you fix your car. She helped you in a situation that might have been a little minor because y'all just met. But she helped you, but you didn't see it. So therefore, it goes it goes it's an abortion because you never made nothing out of that. You never said, "Oh, thank you, baby. I like how you did that." You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. I like the fact that you did all that and for me, da 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 da. When you're rewarding her with those little sayings, affirmations, she's saying to herself, "Wow, next time I'm just gonna do it. He ain't even gotta ask." And I hope y'all learning something in this video. You know, between texting, flirting, and vetting, like they all kind of intricately weave into each other if you know what the fuck you doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, like I said, email me and we could talk about it. But you just gotta know, like, really how you really catch a female, like really make her like mentally feel like, okay, I'm drawn to this guy, is when you're in their head. But how do you get in their head? I just told you. If you're flirting, texting, and vetting and setting up like, okay, I know I chilled with you like a couple days ago, but I want to see you again, or I want to see you again, and you're spending a little time with them, this mixture or concoction, whatever, is making them feel like you like they motherfucking ass. I ain't gonna lie. So like, and it's not evil what I'm saying because it's like you do like them. It's just that you're trying to know them deeper and deeper. It's not like, see, we not kids no more, so it's not like I like you, I don't like you type shit. It's not that fucking simple. It's like, because if it was that simple, they wouldn't like you because they're gonna think like, what type of man just meets a female and just be head over heels? They're gonna start running game on you. But if you really like really want to get to know them, like get deeper and deeper, that's when like they're gonna say to themselves like, ain't no other guy on earth really giving a fuck like that. You feel me? Like not in a funny way, but it's just like ain't no other guy out here really got the game to get that deep into my, that he don't make me think about him when I wake up in the morning. He don't make me think. And again, so this is why I'm trying to just give y'all the information on texting. You want to always feel like you know what to say, even if you don't know what to say, if that makes sense. Like any little thing, like, oh, I'm at work. Oh, like I said, I hope they ain't overworking you, da da da. And it's not even about saying like, it's not about saying something like, don't say anything like you could talk basic, but not really. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you gotta crank that shit up, and you just gotta keep it a little spiced up. And it's not easy, bro. But again, I hope y'all could take notes from what I'm saying and just run off with that shit, and then just comment or email me, and we could chop it up more. Cause I'm not even like the king of texting right now, but I'm like that's probably my weakest point. But I still know how to make it through that shit. Cause I'm not just about to have a girl sitting in my inbox or in my cell phone for days and she could potentially be chilling with me and she not doing it. So that's the only thing that's making me get over that hump right there for real. Because I really don't like texting, bro. But when you ask them for photos and shit, that's the beginning of the vetting, and then the other form of, first of all, the beginning of the vetting is when you approach her, she says yes and gives you her number, or you give her your number. Then her even texting you back. Then her saying yes to the date. These are all my like miniature vets. And then sending you the photo, and then actually going on a date. Like that's five things right there. That's all vetting. It's cooked into the process. You see what I'm saying? So she already feels like, okay, I be doing shit for him a little bit. Like I kind of feel like I know him a little bit. Like even though I don't know him, I feel like very compatible with him. And then, like I said, that's when you might want to tell her to pick something up for you, buy you something, or just like I said, you want to write down a list of your own shit that it naturally fits into the type of guy you are. Say like I'm into health and fitness and shit, so It could be like get me a bag of grapes or get me like, it's like little stores. Like every neighborhood got little stores. You just don't be going into them shits. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you should have like every store. You should know like if it's a store that's a convenience store. Like, tell her get you. Nah, I wouldn't tell a female get me a water, but you can if you feel like it. But she should never put her money on a pedestal around you. Like she should always be like, if he asks for something, I'm gonna look out. You feel me? And I had a female the other day ask me before she went in the store. She was like, "You want anything?" You feel me? Like, so you just gotta understand that that's gonna come with the territory. But if it's a no, say no. Like if you don't want nothing, say no. Like you feel me? If you feel like it's too early, to say no. You feel me? But if you're strategically vetting, then know what it is. Know what it is. Like you feel me? Don't just say yeah to bullshit. Like if you're not thirsty or you don't want nothing, just don't say yeah to no bullshit. But you want her to invest, and you gotta use your mental capacity and write down what's some investments that a female can make that could really just be an endearment, like a term of endearment, like make her show that she like you versus just say this shit or just not even. So a lot of these women don't even say that to y'all, but to make them say this shit with like physically, like what you gonna do or bring to the table to show me like you feel me, you fuck with me, because at the end of the day, when they're not doing that, what they're inadvertently communicating to you is, I don't need to do it. You're not that special. You probably don't got no options. You're a little weird, and I don't fuck with you. But when they know like I'm investing, that's when they be like, all right, man, I'm about to go ride that dick. You feel me? Nah, that is when they get like that though. Well, you feel me? People be wondering why a female be so attached to somebody. It really be the investments they be making in the person. They be like, yeah, I don't did a couple things for him and I cooked them food. I did this, I did that. So now they feel like they invested. So I'm just saying, bro. But besides that, yeah, you gotta know how to kiss, touch, talk, lead. Make a video on that soon because it's a lot of different ways to do it. But yeah, man, like this video, comment, subscribe, man. See you on the next video, man. It's your boy Will.